Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Nax Farm. Here we discuss issues concerning culture, which has to do with rabbit farming, and we upload weekly videos just to try and enlighten farmers on what is involved in rabbit farming. Now, be it for the pet purpose, or the commercial line, whichever section you decide to get involved with, we try to enlighten people that follow up with our channel on what to do. And please, before we proceed, don't forget to click the subscription button and the notification button so that when we upload videos you can get notified concerning our new uploads and what we have to say about rabbitry. And for today we'll be talking about commercial rabbit farming. Some people might say I'm skipping, just jumping into it without breaking some little things. I will gradually. As I move in, I try to break things as it is. I'm not reading from any book, I'm just saying it from my head, so bear with me. On the aspect of commercial rabbit farming, it has to do with you going into rabbitry with the aim of making profit. You're going into rabbitry to try and get something to sustain yourself. Now, before you go into rabbitry, go for good feasibility study. Know what is involved, what you need, your marketing. How do you market your product? Now, what products can you get from rabbitry? As I mentioned before, the urine, which you can use for foiler manure production, the meat itself, selling breeders, selling pet quality to different customers. Now, on a commercial level, rabbitry is something, like say, you should take seriously, because the money you will spend in investing in rabbitry on a commercial level is not something you should just ignore or leave for a worker to handle. You will lose, because setting up 100 breeding doe capacity is more expensive than setting up a poultry farm for 200 layers. Yes, it's more expensive, because for 200 layers in a battery cage that can take 4, but for breeding rows you need 1 cage per doe. Now, for 1 cage per doe, depending on your breeding plan, you should have an extra grow out cage for your rabbits. Now, from the materials used in building these cages, they are not the same. The one for the rabbitry is more expensive. Now, what am I trying to say? Going into rabbit farming on a commercial level, you should know what you want. Now, the first issue I feel we should address today has to do with the housing. Housing is like 60% of your result. If the housing is not right, you will suffer serious consequences. Now, when I say when the housing is not right, I mean little things people ignore. I myself am guilty of such, because when I went into rabbitry, I had no idea and I made a lot of mistakes. And people are still making that same mistake as we speak. Do not build an oven in the name of a rabbit house. When I say an oven, what do I mean? I've seen houses, or will I say pen or cages for rabbits, where it's completely closed with zinc. And I'm wondering, how do they manage when the weather is extremely hot, with the summer and everything, excess heat? Because when the heat is in excess, you don't get production from them. Now, when the heat is in excess, they could have heat stroke. Now, housing is a very wide topic that will take a long time breaking it step by step. Now, when I mean step by step, you should know what to do. The material you're supposed to use for your housing is as important as the rabbit you're keeping in the cage. Now, don't just look for a roadside handyman or a carpenter to just draft anything for you. No. Go online, check the dimension you want. The dimension you want is very important. You get a good dimension of what you want and how you want your cage to look like. And for a breeding cage, 2 by 2.5 feet or 2 by 3 feet, 17 inches to 19 inches in terms of height. Now, you're building this room where the mother can have her feeder. She's using a hay rack or using a clay pot, because that's what I will subsequently I will upload videos of what we use all those things for. We're using a hay rack, a clay pot feeder, or a clay pot drinker. It's in the same room now with the whelping box, which is the basket. Now, if you have a doe that gives you 9-10 kids, how does she manage herself with the feeder, the drinker, and 9 babies? The room is congested. And now, people say building 2 by 3 feet is a waste. It's not a waste. I repeat, it's not a waste. In building 2 by 3 feet, she has enough room to roam about and exercise. The babies also have enough room to roam about and exercise. And that exercise for the babies can reduce the issue of bloat. We'll break all those ones down subsequently. So now, in building your houses, you don't just get a small room and just make the rabbit feel uncomfortable because you're trying to build more cages. No. If 50 rooms is not going to give you results that you have prayed and hoped or invested on, get 25. Because if you miss this housing, you have issue of predators. One common enemy for rabbits I've seen so far is rats. Rats. A rat can be so deadly to your farm, from eating, when I mean eating, killing your babies while the doe just sits and watch. And if you don't build a cage that can completely protect your investment, then what is the aim of you going into this whole business? So don't cut corners. There's a friend in Lagos that there's a statement he made that a lot of people have made mistake and lost a lot in this business just because they want to cut corners. They just want to make that quick cage and make that quick money and build those simple houses, and at the end of the day you're not getting results. You start getting issues from the wrong cages you've built. And one funny thing about this whole thing is that when you surround your cages with zinc, maximum a year, their urine is so corrosive, and at the end of the day you see the zinc you use in protecting that same house. It's not as if they intentionally want to remove the zinc. It's just the urine. The urine on the zinc and the nail lead to rust. In no time, it comes out. Holes everywhere. Your baby is falling down on the floor. Things you can't just control, and you've invested a lot. I've gone to farms. Yes, I've gone to farms. I've gone to farms and I've seen houses that at the end of the day I'm like, may the good Lord see you through, because you have to rebuild those houses. You can't keep rabbits there and expect to get the best from them. And as we speak, there's a friend of mine that is rebuilding his houses. Yes, he made mistakes just like every other person, but once you can get those houses right, you enjoy them. Housing, as I said, is 60% of your result. If you miss the housing, you miss the rabbit. Now, behind me is a buck, a California buck. Now, if I can put a California buck in a 2 by 3 room, see how spacious the room is, just for a buck. He has the room to himself to roam about. If he wants to mate, stretch, and do whatever he wants, it's free. Some people will be like, no. From here you can get 2 rooms or 2 prison cells. So just make your rabbits comfortable. It's something you will enjoy, it's something you will love, it's something you will enjoy. If they are comfortable, you are happy, you get less issues. It's one thing to be thinking about what to feed them. It's another thing to be thinking about how bad their houses are. Or, okay, funny enough, I can make a quick video, I will still upload a quick video of this breeding section where I keep my does. It's not covered. When I mean it's not covered, I mean in terms of tarpaulin, shielding them from the rain. No. To my right, okay, which is to left to you, this is the east where the sun used to rise from, and this is where the sun sets. Now there's a wall here protecting them, and there's a building here protecting them from the rising and the setting of the sun. also the rain. So now behind me is the north and south direction, which is just the wind, is what they need. So no matter the amount of rain falling here, all I do is sleep successfully. Back then, when I had no idea, I have to be running around trying to cover them. I've seen people say I have to cover my rabbits, it's raining, I have to run back home. Build the right houses. If it's raining, you just relax, because one good thing with them is no matter the cold, I can see them managing themselves. But when it comes to heat, even we humans, we find it hard to control ourselves when it comes to heat. Sorry with the fly. When it comes to this extremely hot weather, it's so annoying. So build cages where they are comfortable. You enjoy them, you get good results from them. This place now where you can see this buck is extremely cold. Why am I keeping him here? If I should keep him in a place that is extremely hot, which I've suffered before, you will notice you're mating and those are not conceiving. Those are not taking in. You're wasting your time. And when you have a breeding plan and you make a set of those and they don't take it, it's painful. It's like changing things for you. It's like making things unbearable for you. So know what you do. Know how you manage your farm. For today, I can say we are done and have a lovely day. Don't forget to click the subscription button and the like button so that when we upload our weekly videos, you'll be notified. And trust me, next week we'll continue on the issue of housing, where we'll break little things you need to know. And down in the description button, the description section, we'll give you numbers of people you can consult in different places to get good housing, where you can get your wires for building good cages. Don't allow anybody mislead you. Don't allow any motivational speaker tell you the rabbitry is easy and you make $1 million in 6 months. Please run. Have a lovely day and happy farming.